Hey everyone, it's Tom Trush from RightWaySolutions.com with another quick writing tip for you. Today I'm going to tell you how you can cram your website with content prospects crave. Now, one of the biggest problems that business owners face when creating a website or updating their website is deciding on the content. I hear this over and over again from people. They get confused and they just don't know what to include. And often this confusion leads to websites that are just packed with corporate babble and unproven claims that few people can even, that they care less about. Regardless of your industry, you need to view your website as a place where people can go to get answers to their problems, because that's why people go online, is that they use the internet to search for solutions to their problems. So your challenge is creating solution-driven content that deals with these problems but still demonstrates the need for your product or service. So I'm going to give you 4 tools that you can use to figure out what are these problems that people are having, these people that are looking for your product or service. Now, the first one is WordTracker Labs Keyword Question Tool, and the URL is right here. All you have to do is just go to that website, enter in a keyword or a phrase related to your industry, and what will happen is that the WordTracker Labs Keyword Question Tool will then show you a list of questions that people have typed into search engines related to that term or phrase. And all you have to do is just look at the top questions, and you'll know that there are a number of people you'll see that there are a number of people asking that same question, so that should tell you that's an issue that needs to be addressed on your website. And so you can do that for a variety of terms and phrases, and I recommend you definitely, don't just put in 1 or 2. Search, a good collection of them to see what those questions are. The next thing is use Twitter. And if you're not using Twitter, then I'm guessing you're confused about how it can help your business. Well, here is one big benefit. Twitter is essentially, it's a conversation, an online conversation that's going 24 hours a day, and it covers a variety of topics. There are people talking all the time. And there's a good chance that people are talking about something related to your product or service. So all you have to do is just use the search box in Twitter, type in again a keyword or a phrase related to your industry, and see what people are talking about. A lot of times you'll see that people do have questions. And once you find some of those questions that people are having, you see people talking about something related to your product or service, well, enter that conversation, sign up for a Twitter account, and start communicating with those people. And if you see the same issues are being addressed or questions are getting asked, well, again, that's something that you should include on your website. Now, the third tool is Amazon.com. And I know this one's a little bit of a stretch, but hang with me on there, because this one can be extremely helpful. I want you to think back to the last time you went to a bookstore and a book caught your attention. Now, after looking at the cover, in reading the cover, where did you go next? Most likely it was the table of contents to see if that book or the topic that's covered was worthy of a more detailed read. Now, you can bet that authors and publishers, they know this, and so they put in the table of contents the information that they know people are looking for. So all you have to do is go on Amazon, again, type in a keyword or a phrase related to your industry, and then look what books come up. And then look at the table of contents in those books, and you'll see some great topics that you can include on your website. On Amazon, all you have to do is just look for the search inside this book link, and it's often underneath the image of the book cover. So that's a great one, and I highly recommend Amazon.com. And now the final tool is your usage statistics. Now, I can't tell you how many people I run into when I'm creating website content for them that they have no idea how to access their usage statistics for their website. Basically, your usage statistics, they'll tell you, how many visitors are coming to your website, where they're coming from, what pages are getting the most views, what terms people are using to find your website. And so what you can do is you can look at that information, and it'll tell you some great, it'll give you some great insight into people's habits when searching websites related to yours and your own website. So if you see that certain terms are getting used a bunch of times to find your website, well, create more content that's related to those terms. and see where people are coming from. What websites are they coming from before they land onto your website. Again, that'll give you some great information about your visitors and the information that they're looking for. So if you don't have access to your usage statistics, talk to your designer or developer and request that information. And if you can't get that information from them, well, go to Google Analytics. Just Google Analytics, and I'll put the website here as well, so you can just click there. And all you have to do is insert some code into your website, and you'll begin getting this information about the visitors that are coming to your website within 24 hours. So I highly recommend those usage statistics as well. So keeping your content fresh and updated, I mean, that's essential for driving search engine traffic to your website. The more solution-driven content that you post, the greater opportunity you have to get more visitors online, build your incoming links, and then, most importantly, establish yourself as an authority in your industry.